Check.
Hello. There we go.
Check.
Yeah, we were so witty, and that's the wittiest we've ever been.
Can't recreate it. It's too bad.
Not at all.
Thanks, weirdness.
So we all had our watches showing, and I was talking about how this is the last time we are streaming at this time. Next session forward, we will start at 2 p.m. and end at this time.
Yeah.
Now? Good? Yes?
Thumbs up.
Now is a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Check.
People are pretty low.
We'll keep adjusting, folks. Don't worry. Don't worry about us. Let's keep figuring that out. But yeah. I mean, don't you just love it?
Love what?
It.
Now I am talking. Oh, look! Now that's nice and.
Colorful.
We're hitting the orange and everything.
Sweet.
How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Good, yeah.
Pretty good,
So
thanks.
good.
How you doing over there, Bod? Cool.
Bud?
Bod.
Oh, bud.
Bud.
Okay,
The
I was like, body.
Bod.
Yeah, I was like,
Body, yada.
objectifying him.
Sorry,
Why?
John. I don't wish
Good
to
way to
objectify
start
you.
the morning.
Yeah.
I've been replacing a lot of words with vaguely related words today.
Okay.
So, just as... Yeah, yes, this is sort of here, I'm gonna use my safety card. Hey folks, I've been saying a lot of the wrong words today. So if I do, please feel free to helpfully give me the word I was trying to. I'm good.
Do you want us to correct you if you say it and don't notice it?
Yeah.
Or would you like us to just, if we know what you meant, carry on?
No, since there are viewers out there in Chatland, if I'm like, the helicopter, you're like, hey, do you mean the submarine? Yes.
Yes. Yes, I
Perfect.
do.
Done.
Cool. That is good to know.
Thank you.
Whoa.
That's not what I heard, but I'll allow it. It's a good thing to have on the. It's a good thing to have in
It's
the
a great
quote
quote.
roulette. Yeah. No. Quote
No
roulette.
idea what I said that sounded that way.
That should go on a list of
It might
games
be
to
on
play.
the captions even.
Quote roulette.
I should update the quotes.
Whoever gets the worst quote is out permanently. Oh no, it's one of the four of us that we're playing.
Oh.
So one of us is out. We get the worst quote.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh dear.
So
I'm hot. I'm hot as fuck. in
yeah.
this thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this a no jacket kind of day?
No, but this office, this room, the room that we are in, also happens to be the hottest room in this place.
That
It's
is fair.
also currently 25 degrees in here, as much as it's trying to get down to 20.
Come on, we can do it. We
I-
can do it. Get down there. Yeah.
Would you like me to get a fan?
No, I'm fine. All right. If that changes, I will let you know.
Mhm.
I put this on. I was like, oh wow. Ooh. It's hot. It's hot here. I bet it's probably hot where you are, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case it probably isn't.
Yeah. Which case?
Or it probably
Aces,
is.
honestly.
Let's be fair. It probably still is, but but yeah. So how hot is it
Oh,
out?
hot!
It's 25, 26 in here. I don't know how hot it is outside.
It's 28 out, 50% humidity. We're expecting a storm.
Bonkers, because it wasn't that bad this
No.
morning. We went
Pretty good today.
running
Yep. Made it.
and didn't die.
Yeah, exactly.
Very sexy.
Ooh. Brr.
So yes, in case you are only just tuning in, just as a reminder, this is the last time we are starting stream at 1700 Eastern. It is going to be 1400 Eastern, so 3 hours earlier, starting next week.
Yeah. Which, hopefully means more folks will be engaged and excited to come in and join us for the whole session and also pluses for us and all of this, which is, it's very exciting.
Yay.
Well, to be honest, come in for when you can.
Oh, of course. Yeah, 100%.
Whether you can make the whole session or not, we would still like to see you. What I like to see is when you spend your growth, though, which I know that you've all done. So why don't you just hit us with those?
Hit us with
I unlocked my moment of balance.
Ooh.
First tick on that.
I would love to know what that is, but I can ask later. I took +1 to focus, bringing Youngsu's total to +2, the maximum allowed without special move.
I added 1 to Bow's harmony. There, that went.
So harmonious.
What is your moment of balance?
I'm so curious.
Others have laid a path for you that you cannot escape, but balance means you understand the limits of their vision. You make the role your own in this moment, charting a new path for yourself and your tradition. Tell the GM how your new understanding of your burdens forges a new way forward for everyone.
As long as you are at balance, you can do this. You can do it once.
Yeah.
Right. And a reminder, of course, that your balance center can shift.
Right.
Yeah.
NFL, hi. We're looking forward to getting back to D10s.
But I keep mine here. Just, like, honestly, this one cools me down just to look at. So, I keep them here anyway. Oh, so do you?
All right. I guess we should figure out what the hell happened last session, right? That usually is a thing
Yeah, that's a good idea, I think.
that we need to know.
Yes, at least spot.
Not all of the Salwan are in league with Councilwoman Takata. Bao's father has no love for the putrid politician and is siding with our gang, though it seems that Sayla is still firmly in Camp Counselor. Youngsu, Dan, and Bao remain united against the plan to colonize the spirit world, and they have some extra help thanks to Bao's mentor, Kaisuke. Being able to track each other through the spirit world could certainly help, especially if there's some searching afoot. They test Jai's loyalty with inconclusive results. Speaking of searching, where is Kai Ming? Some information from a flirty florist reveals a home with sand and rock gardens and a tied-up Kyoshi warrior. And there are some photos of Takata noodling with a man who looks an awful lot like... Dan? Will Bao guide their family back on track? Will Youngsu make good on his bet with Jai? And will Dan have to call Takata mommy?
So dearest.
Mother.
I'm not gonna say I forgot about the bets, but I definitely had buried it in my side quests. Let me put it that way. I have all these notes about like the, what we got to do, and I'm like, oh yeah, we can do this, we can do that. Talk to these other NPCs too. Oh my god.
They have
good.
movers. They must have stillers. Right?
Still feast. Oh, sorry, I
Oh my
don't know.
god.
That's okay. In future weeks, you won't be laughing that loud at midnight.
Exactly. Ay, yoy.
Laughing Loud at Midnight sounds like
Hmm.
a folk song
Yeah.
EP.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I feel like it could also be a Taylor Swift, not lyric, but like
No,
a title
100%.
for a T Swift.
100%.
Sounds like something I said. Their fan. They'd eat their fan. I don't know why I picked fan, but it was.
No.
They aren't known for wearing hats, so.
Dakota wasn't behind the boat. Oh, do you mean the
explosion.
oh, gotcha.
I think.
No, just hiding behind the boat.
Hide the boat.
Damn it! Surprise!
They have like specific lights that you're supposed to put on the front and the back of the boat in order to color coded to show where the boat is and what direction they're going in. So now I'm just imagining Takata like hiding behind the boat, being like, hey, and then the light comes up.
So green.
Bright lights.
I mean, it's always such a pain in the ass when something that is designed to help keep you safe actually hurts you, which is why we have just plastic cards.
That's it, because they'll never hurt us. These are our safety tools that we use here on RPG Clinic to keep ourselves safe and therefore keep ourselves having fun. You in the chat do not have these safety tools at your disposal, but you do have options for your safety, and I'm gonna get to those in a moment. What do these cards mean if we hold them up? The green card, aka the play card, is an indication that everything is going great, even if outward appearance may say otherwise. The yellow card, a pause card, already demonstrated today, thank you, Kate, tells the table, hey, hang on, I have something I need to make known. Once the card goes down, play can continue. The red card, however, the stop card, is an indication that we need to stop, and we need to talk about what's going on. because we're on stream, we'll probably go to a be right back screen so that we can all discuss, make sure everyone's feeling safe before we resume playing. Now, like I said before, y'all out there in Chatland don't have these cards, but you do have options for your own safety. If you need to make something known, you can post in the chat and you can whisper us at RPG Clinic. We'll all see that because we have a big chat box here on screen. You can also, if you'd prefer to remain anonymous, you can whisper one of our mods. We have both Kung Fu Fenris and the Crosshair here in chat tonight for your messaging pleasures. We also will encourage you, if you're feeling unsafe in any way, you can of course leave the stream and or the chat. We don't want to see you go, but we do want to see you keep yourself safe. Too many pronouns, but we did good. There you go. Those are the options.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, of course. Thank you guys. Woo.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
I mean, honestly, is there anything else?
I think so.
Why would there be?
Well, because usually there's like, half an hour of like, what's the world all about? What's your favorite type of ice cream? There's usually like a bunch of that happening.
Yes, the old, like,
That old
newly
famous.
turned up nose. Do you know what your character's favorite ice cream flavor is?
True. That's such a. Oh. If you can't answer these questions about your character, you haven't done enough work.
So convenient to be of chi at this moment.
Put it through my mustache. A soup strainer. Okay.
You want a soup strainer?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I wouldn't mind having, just for a day, one of those big droopy mustaches. Just for a day. I would definitely take it off.
You could be heroes, or you could have a handlebar mustache
Just for one day. Yeah, basically.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
It had started with button, so we'll just let that go through before we press it again. But yeah, we'll just start. I love when I have to go into some place that very clearly no one has been in for a long time, and it's sort of like a time capsule. There was a place in my grandparents' home that was like an attic, and it smelled different from the rest of the house. It felt different. And the house was already kind of felt like it was old, and then just going up those stairs, it was just like the wood was a bit rougher, and the smell was a bit cedary, and there was a room up there that you could go into that somebody could actually stay in, but like the bed was old as hell and creaky and very small, more like a cot, and there were tons of games in another room that were all from before like 1960. They were very cool. I kind of regret not knowing what's happened to them now, but in going through them, it was a time capsule. It was a way to just experience something that was from a long time ago. And I'm not usually a huge history buff, but those moments are neat. Funny thing is that every time I went up there, every time we looked through, what I didn't realize was that I was seeing the time capsule of my family. Because there wasn't obvious signs like, that's my mom! But clearly these were things that my mother played with her brother and sister. The writings that were scratched into the desk, I had ignored the fact that they were probably scratched in by people I knew. So I didn't quite appreciate the time capsule the way that I should have, and by the time I was old enough to appreciate it, I no longer had access to it. Sometimes we come across those time capsules and they still matter. Definitely still matter. Speaking of still mattering, where are the three of you?
I am on the ground floor of what seems to have been a former or current home of Councilwoman Takata. There's a lot of dust, so we're thinking it's former.
Mm-hmm.
Watching out for things with the recently rescued Kaiming nearby.
Sweet. we are, Don and Young-Soo are up on the second floor, having explored a room that Don's sand sense was tingling to get into.
She just had a feeling
Just
there was
had a
something
feeling.
important up there.
Exactly. And we recently, or Young-Soo recently picked up an old dusty photograph of a man and a woman and a baby. The woman, Councilwoman Takata. The man, question mark, but looks a lot like Don. To which he will immediately turn the photo to Don.
What is this?
You don't think this is a little weird?
What is this?
I mean, I don't know. I thought you could maybe tell me.
I can't,
I mean, I guess it's proof that Takata's human.
No. It's not possible.
Hey, are you okay?
Would you be?
I don't know. I don't know how I would be in this situation. I don't even want to. Never mind about me. Don, this could mean anything. We can't jump to conclusions, but it sounds like we've got someone we need to ask some serious questions of. Or, and then Young-Soo sets the photo back down on the whatever chest of drawers or something, and then puts it face down. We don't have to have found this.
I can't talk to her as the representative of my order if I don't know who is she to me? Who is that woman to me?
Right now, she's someone who represents a threat. Threat to you, to me, to Bao, to all of us, to your order, to the spirit world. That could be everything. It doesn't have to matter if you don't want it to. I'm serious. I can pretend this doesn't happen. This never happened.
Just, I need, I need a second. And can you give me a moment?
Young-Soo leaves the room. And we'll check out an adjoining room.
You just step out of the room and just face the wall and
I would
do nothing.
literally walk up to the wall, T-pose, and just stand there. Yeah.
The other rooms are relatively empty.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have beds or remnants of what used to be people here. It just seems like it's just the one room.
This
It's a
definitely,
nursery.
yeah. If I had to guess, this home's been abandoned for, a good length of time, and people would have taken everything out of it.
Below, still at the front steps, or not the front steps, the steps to the second floor, Bao, you be there. They're still accompanied by Kai Ming, who's, rubbing her wrists a little bit and working her jaw. You're going back to Republic City.
Yeah. We're still trying to figure out whether or not we think we can play along, how long we can try to play along. We have to try to stop this, and we have to figure out how we can. Because every time we turn around and we think that Takata is just one person, she seems to have an iron in every fire around her.
I mean, she's a firebender.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how we plan on playing this.
I don't know.
I guess I could always cling to the back of the ship for the entire way to Republic City.
I guess we have to figure out what you want to do about the fact that your sister is sort of taking your place.
Has she?
I mean, she rejoined us, pretending to be you.
Does Takata think that it's me?
No, I don't know what Takata knows about you. What would you want to do? Do you want to see her again?
She's the one who put me in here. I don't know why she's doing the things that she's doing. She didn't hurt me. But
She theoretically was trying to protect you initially with the whole
that seems
also
awfully
ruining your-
convenient.
career.
I don't know. But I know that I'm not going to stay here. If you're going back to Republic City, so am I.
It's better than staying here for sure.
I don't know if it's going to fly a whole, maybe I'm somebody's cook.
No,
I don't think that's going to work anymore.
no. No, the where we're weaving now is our compliance and our complicity.
There's a difference between compliance and complicity. Don?
So after Yongsu closes the door and leaves, Don's shoulders just start to shake and she starts to cry.
It's just off frame.
She starts to cry. And she kind of like just totally lets herself weep and feel it. And as she's doing this, she's going around the room and like touching and interacting with the various like baby items, like the crib and the baby mobile and stuff. But after a few minutes of that, she sits cross-legged on the ground in a familiar meditative pose and takes out her little pouch of sand and holds it, and her eyes close and her breath settles and the crying eventually stops and she's found herself back somewhere.
Did the Order ever tell you how old you were when you arrived on their doorstep?
Just said a baby. No.
So I'll tell you a few things about what you got in this room.
Mm-hmm.
This is very clearly still an infant. Any of the things that are in this room wouldn't indicate that a baby would have stayed longer than a year here. But there's also nothing here that feels familiar. But how could it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it even you?
No.
Do you look at the photographs again?
After probably about 10 minutes of quiet meditation, she does get up and takes the photo but doesn't look at it. This is the one that Youngsu was looking at. She does tuck it into her pocket.
Okay.
So very quickly, just like...
Right. As in, I'll hold on to this, but I don't want to look
Yeah.
at it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she opens the door and rejoins Youngsu.
Who is maintaining a very respectful distance and definitely didn't hear anything. For sure.
Are you going to continue? Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for giving me that time.
Yeah. I was straight to business, and I should apologize for that. That was no way to treat a friend who just found out something that's pretty horrible.
What are they doing up there?
Looking into the rooms, Dunn felt like there might be something up there.
Hey, is there anything going on between those two?
Between Dunn and Young Soo?
Yeah.
I got a sense that there might be some mild annoyance over something that happened while I was in prison that I haven't had time to look into.
Good answer.
But
So glad you're not in prison anymore.
glad you're not tied up in a basement anymore.
Oh, we've got something in common. What?
I love it. I just love it.
You headed down?
Yeah. Before that, I am gonna tell everyone as I learn more, but not. I need to be the seeker right now. I can't be anything else when I'm talking to her.
I completely understand. And if I can be a little mean for a second, a little tough love, we got bigger fish to fry too. So we're going to focus on that.
You're right.
And then there's there's like a cartoon quick like hug. It's out of nowhere. Youngsu's totally still, and then he's fully in a hug, and then he's fully still again. And he's like, okay.
But like
You're
maybe
trying to guide and comfort.
maybe he tried to pull away in that
Yeah.
moment, but she kind of held
God.
on a little bit tighter. So there's like this weird like
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely though. I think this is an attempt to show some tough love as guiding and comforting. Harmony, let's party. 8.
Wow.
That's good, right?
Yes, it is pretty
That
good.
is good.
So, what you can do is, Dawn, you can choose to either embrace this guidance and comfort, so you get to clear either 2 fatigue or a condition. You don't have any conditions marked. But then, Youngsu can ask you a question which you must answer honestly. You can also shut him down. They inflict, so you get to inflict a condition on Youngsu, and in exchange, Youngsu gets to shift your balance.
Okay, so I would like to embrace the guidance and comfort and
So 2 fatigue.
clear
guys.
2 fatigue. Yes, please. Yay! It's a shame there isn't an option of
Moving
moving your balance.
your
You can shift each other's balances.
Yeah, as a move.
yeah.
Yes, you can call someone in to live up to their principle.
Mm-hmm.
Which you almost did actually in that moment.
I mean, you did. I was reinforcing that point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Let's hold on. Let's hold on to that for a second. But I'll
Oh,
put
it says
that-
shift your balance away from center. Does it always have to be away from center?
Well, anyway.
No, but
Okay.
like when I do, like I'm calling on you. Whatever.
But to call someone out
yeah.
isn't necessarily to shift their balance. It's
Right,
specifically
right.
to get them to do what you think
What
they
you
should because of their balance.
Right. That's fair.
Okay. Cool.
I am allowed to try to shift your balance. You
Mhm.
can't shift each other's balance.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So that makes more sense.
Just I understand. You're going to be the seeker right now. We
Yeah.
have a lot to deal with. I get it. Have you ever thought about wanting to see your parents again? Question.
It's like the thing I want the most and least at the same time. Because every couple of days it feels like I have this image of them that I create in my head. The most recent one is that they were 2 silk merchants who fell in love. And they traveled. And one time I got too close to their vat of dying liquid and I spilled it everywhere and ruined an important shipment. And they were so mad they left me on the temple steps.
Rough.
Yeah.
You don't deserve them. They don't deserve you then, obviously.
Yeah,
If
fake
they-
them don't deserve me.
Exactly.
But it felt safer to have an image like that I could control. So I did want to know, and I also didn't. that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Come on. Go see Kaiming. Nod, and we're going downstairs.
Okay.
Everyone okay down here?
Yeah?
Other than where I'm gonna go?
Right.
What, with us?
Well, yes, but how? As far as I know, Sayla's the only one who knows where I got put.
Seems unlikely she wouldn't have told the councilwoman about this.
Probably.
But
I'm not her priority. I don't know if she'll bother checking before we...
Sayla also has my staff, which means she's going to be staying probably quite far away from... I know. I take it as a bit of a compliment that I was obviously the biggest threat in the room, so...
It's so rude.
She took it when she was pretending to be you.
Yeah.
Wait,
It was rude. What?
so you were with her and you let her take your stuff?
Well, I didn't let... I mean, she... Yeah, it was... We were in a lot of trouble. Timing. I didn't give it to her out of, like, trust and love.
Oh.
Or, you know...
Oh.
Or friendship or whatever.
Okay.
Look, I have an idea. It might seem a little wild. Sayla's going to be keeping... We're all headed on this airship. Sayla's going to be keeping, not a low profile, but I'm sure she's going to be sticking to Councilwoman Takata's side. Which means she's going to be staying away from us. I assume we're not going to be able to get away with, you know, a comedy of doors with you always being in a different room from Sayla. We go find her right now. We make sure that she doesn't get on the airship, and you take her place. It's putting a lot of pressure on you, Kaiming. But having someone near the councilwoman that we can trust...
I do great with pressure. I do really well when something's really weighing down on me.
Alternately,
Long look.
I request an entourage. I request
You want me to dress up like a Fire Nation soldier? Like now used to do? I'm not a very convincing Fire Nation soldier. I can't even firebend. Can they all firebend?
no.
No.
I could
It's What if she could all of a sudden find roast
Right at the chest.
Holy shit.
It was worth it to find out. Aren't you happy for me? Boop, boop. Done?
I could give you the basics of passing as someone from here.
Well, it depends. How easy do you think it's going to be to get to my sister?
You know her better than we do.
She's been here before. She knew this place. She knew where to go. It's my first time on Fire Fountain City. In the Fire Nation, even. It's very nice here. What little I saw before I was thrown in a basement.
Look,
Midway's nice.
a tour sometime.
Oh! Sayla wanted to fight you
Yeah.
back on Kyoshi Island.
Right.
What if you challenge her to a fight? She won't be able to say no. And then we take her, and you take her place. As an option if we're gonna apprehend her. Just saying.
It's an option. Do you think you could take her?
Highly trained Kyoshi warrior
You're a highly trained staff warrior.
Without your staff.
without my staff.
If you challenged Sayla and she accepted, she'd probably have to give it back to you.
has she proven to be dishonorable enough that we could live with ourselves for tricking her in that way?
I can.
Just beat her straight up. I believe in you.
That's nice.
And if there's a loose rock under his foot and he slips and falls, then we take her out ourselves.
Would be a rock.
Well, we have an earthbender.
The rocks wouldn't dare cross me.
Yeah. See?
A puddle.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
that's
fair. That- I
problematic
can't
for
do
me as well.
puddles.
Yeah. I mean,
Call her out.
it's just wild enough to work.
Don't you want your staff back?
I want to know why she's doing this. The councilwoman seems to have this hold over people that they believe what she has to say, that they believe she's creating some sort of better future. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why people can see it as a better future, as progress, instead of chaos.
People fear things they don't
Not
understand.
chaos.
There is no time like the present.
We've run out of territory to steal from one another, so we have to find new territory.
Right. Let's get a message to now. And let's go find Selah.
Right? 2 hawks, 1 plan.
Hey.
Don't mix the hawks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't want to get them mixed up.
Everything.
Hey
is
babe, you
bone.
up?
And-
Oh, okay.
Don't Seuss
Come fight
challenging me. I'm not. Why? I didn't think I did anything
Pistols at
strange.
dawn.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll kick his ass.
Yeah.
It's what she wanted.
Some scorch marks on the side of the head. All right then. Good.
Yes, let's go. To the plan.
Young stew.
Okay.
Sorry.
You are sending 2 messenger hawks, one to now, one to
Yeah.
Selah. Specifically, what are the messages to both of them?
Yes.
Because I'm skipping over the getting to a hawk. Do it.
Yeah, that is, I believe, the plan.
That is the plan.
Yeah.
Great.
But what are you containing in the messages?
To now, all is well. Meet, like, accommodations are. We will be staying at X place, wherever X place is that we have organized.
Assume there's some sort of salon guest house that we
Yeah.
can stay in.
Something.
That would be cool.
Salon shed.
Oh,
I like the idea that the prison is nicer than the guest rooms.
Honestly.
Honestly.
So good.
And then, for Selah.
the message to Selah, it's written in my hand, certainly, and it would read, "It's time to take you up on your challenge. Meet me at the fire fountain tonight."
That's a very exposed place.
Yeah, that would be like,
Be like, well, you just crossed that out.
yeah. Like little edits being like, actually, and would list a
Bow
variety.
actually.
Yes.
They're actually would list a variety of potential locales
Okay.
that are less center of town.
Cool.
More, we could possibly knock her out ourselves and not be known as total cheaters.
The midway after, either early in the morning or after midnight would be a good place to do it.
Okay.
Great. Bao picks a particular lane of the midway.
Yeah.
Storyteller discretion.
Near the Whack-A-Gopher Mole.
Oh,
game.
great. Perfect.
Just
Yeah.
Depends on
That
whether you want a
happens to
chance
be
to try to get some sleep beforehand or not.
Uh,
I'm gonna point to your fatigue,
yeah,
which is
that's
still
yes.
up on this.
For me, yes, please. That scene, and then so we can have now regroup with us as
Yeah.
well. Yes. So I would name a time, probably the early morning, before dawn.
Okay.
Dawn, to be clear.
Your quarters are quite comfortable. They are not as purposefully lavish as what you had in your holding cell, but they are still very much designed for wealth and comfort. So there aren't, several different bowls of fruit set out for every room there, but it's still quite a comfortable place, and there are several rooms. However, we'll point out that On the first floor of this building, there are guards who ostensibly are there for your protection. They are also there to monitor whether or not you are going to stay in the place. So you may need to sneak out. I don't think this is going to be a problem for any of you.
I'm happy to, roll it if we need to. But that
are
would
you
be the idea.
going to rest at
Yes.
this point?
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Well, then
Dawn stays up a little bit later, I think, waiting for Now to come back. Just to make sure she gets back okay.
As well, like, would stay up, sort of, yeah, perhaps. Bao would be writing. Yeah.
when Now does return, she does so. The guards ask who she is. She makes it clear that she's with Bao. They're like, how do you know them? Now's like, dude, I'm with Bao.
Bao comes down and is like, you idiots, you arrested her with me.
But she's not just a common thug, is she? I don't know why I'm speaking like this.
They really gave us the cream of the crop.
Are you just a common thug? Are the Salons known for their common thuggery?
But she's not a Salwan, is she?
No, but she is my guest.
She's just an Oda.
Her past.
Everything's all right. Just listen. I'm going upstairs. Thank you. Thank you. So she's all right. Is she with us?
She is resting and or awake in this room.
She's resting.
She's resting. But yes. She's all in one piece.
Don's all right as well? Young Soo?
Yep.
Good. When are we leaving?
Tomorrow. But we have plans in the morning. Before we leave town.
Right. All right. I will tell you that I learned one thing while I was gone.
Bao ushers Now into one of the rooms.
The airship that we're taking. Jai is to be on it. So is Takada. And your mother. Not your father. He's remaining behind.
This makes sense.
But there's someone else who's supposed to be on the ship. And there's just this long kind of pause.
Bao takes a moment to try to feel what this pause is about.
There's an Inquisitor. I believe it is someone who has been charged by the Fire Lord to investigate the Salwan gold heist.
Someone from the Fire Lord herself.
Appointed by the Fire Lord, not... I think this Inquisitor is being especially careful with your mother.
In as such that they are complicit, or that they are
Accusatory.
suspicious that my mother was involved. Interesting.
There's no hard evidence, and after all, it's possible that whatever payment they're receiving from Takada will restore any lingering... It's enough. Your mother's compromised,
I know.
but it's more serious than I once thought.
Does seem to be the case.
Bao. I think it's time that I told you what my real mission was. Done?
I was like, oh, I should have gotten into whatever room Dom was in. So,
I guess if Dawn can hear voices, she will quickly stick her head in to be like, "You're okay," but like I don't want to interrupt this conversation, so it can be a "you're okay" and then she'll go to bed type thing.
It's up to whether or not now would spill the beans in front of Dan. So. Dan.
Don, there's a knock at your door.
Okay, so after that, "You're okay, great. Oh, sorry, I'll let you talk." She goes back to her room, and goes to the door.
It's Kaiming. She's wearing just a very plain nightshirt. Her hair is done up as close as it can be to a bun, but it's kind of scraggly and kind of definitely not done with as much care as when she is in full gear.
Hi, come in if you want.
Hey, when I was training, I got a reputation for being really rude because I asked a lot of questions and not all of them were very appropriate. And you came down the stairs and you were crying before you did. Are you okay?
I'm trying to be.
Okay. Hey, guess what?
Huh?
I have no doubt that you'll be okay. Of course you're going to be okay. You've always been this sort of rock. And I know that that's ironic to
Kind of
say,
our thing.
but
yeah.
I've always really admired how you've known what you needed to do. Even if sometimes it was a hard decision. So I know that whatever is happening, you've got this.
Really means a lot. Sometimes I feel like I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do without the guidance of my order or mentors or really intelligent friends.
You have really intelligent friends?
Mm-hmm.
Youngsu,
Friends who are also really capable.
Youngsu really does feel like he knows a lot about a lot of things that I never encountered. I couldn't grow a yam. I'm not very good at yams.
I only know sand, not soil, super well, so I think my yams would be subpar.
But sand is cool.
It is!
It's coarse, and it somehow manages to get everywhere.
And it's great! Love it when it surprise sand, you know?
Claiming it.
I mean, all that stuff you just said to me applies to you too. I've always been so in awe of you always doing what needs to be done and having like this compass ability to just point yourself towards the next goal and even if you have doubts, you just see it through. I really admire that.
You gotta finish the mission. You always have to finish the mission.
Well, it's tough when no one's giving you missions.
Well, I gave myself a mission 5 years ago.
I know.
I know.
Do you think you're getting to the point where you're going to stop punishing yourself? If that mission maybe pivots into something different?
I don't know if it's punishing.
Feels like it is. Maybe that's judgy of me, but
It's been hard,
your friends miss you. They want to talk to you.
but I'm gonna be able to go home with my head held high. And I'm going to be able to say that I did what I set out to do. And that's a lot.
It's true.
Anyway, I'm glad you're doing okay.
Thank you for checking on me.
I had to.
Why?
Gotta finish the mission.
Oh, can I hug you? I hugged your sister when I thought she was you. It was
Oh, she
not...
hates hugs.
I could tell.
Ever since her back got hurt.
How How did it get hurt? She was flinching.
Firebender. She has scars all over her back.
It was a mission that did that?
I'm beginning to think that she spent more time in the Fire Nation than I would have liked to known.
Florist we talked to said he's seen her every 6 months for 10 years.
Oh. I think we're going to have a lot of conversations after Young Sue kicks her ass.
I hope I get to hear about them.
Anyway, you wanted a hug.
Mm-hmm.
She wraps you in this very solid hug.
There's like a deep, shaky breath from Don at the hug. Seems very welcome.
You hug good.
So do you. Okay, rest up. Big day tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. She gives a very gentle kiss on the cheek and then heads away. Bow. All right. There were 2 objectives to my mission. The first, you already know. Figure out about this mirror scale. Track it down. Find Tatik. See if I can recover it. If I was to recover the mirror scale, then I was never given any directives other than to make sure that it didn't reach certain people. That I had discretion as to what I could do with it afterwards. I don't believe Kaisuke wants the mirror scale. I don't believe that she has any interest in it.
No, I would guess not.
The second was to evaluate you.
Val puts down their pen and sits up a little straighter.
To find you. To watch you. To determine where your loyalties lie.
Was this also requested by Kaisuke?
Yes.
Were you given any instruction as to what Kaisuke hoped would be the case?
I have a guess. But she didn't tell me one way or the other.
And were you able to relay your findings to your employer?
I can tell you exactly what I told her. Your loyalties are to what's right.
I consider to be right.
I didn't put it that way. I said your loyalties are to what's right. I don't know the internal struggles of Sawan as well as you do. I don't think I could ever know. But I also told her that it wasn't the internal struggle of Sawan that you were struggling with. It was yourself. It was your own place, not just among Sawan, but the world in general. And that I trusted you to make the right decision for yourself. And she seemed pleased with the answer. But that's all I know. You might have been a secondary objective, but you were an objective. And I never told you. And I apologize.
Didn't you also have an image of Dawn?
An image of all 3 of you. One of them wasn't recovered. Young Sue has admirers.
Oh, yeah.
Suppose the open shirt thing must do it for some.
When I found out that you had associates, I needed to discover who they were, and whether or not they were working with Sawan. They weren't. You were engaging in some less than legal activity. I didn't care.
Just a different color of the same outfit, honestly, compared to what we've been doing for generations.
Exactly.
These deals with Takata certainly aren't entirely above board?
No, they're not. You have an impressive group of friends. Perhaps they're the family you need.
You say that as though you are not included.
I would understand if you told me to leave.
Why?
I concealed things from you.
I knew that from the moment I knew of your existence.
There's this moment of like very like a flash of indignation, like how dare, and then like yeah, no,
Yeah. You know what? Actually, that tracks. Yeah.
that's fair. And
Is your mission complete then, or are you to continue reporting?
I was given a retainer. The mission is over. Kaisuke gave me a tip. And if I were to find that there was anything else that was bothering you, that at my discretion I could either tell her or assist you.
You've been assigned as my ongoing assistant?
No, I don't know whether or not she knew that I was planning on traveling with you. Just in case our paths continue to cross. Kaisuke has her own loyalties. I'm certain of that.
I am among them.
But I think that if there's anything I can tell you about her, it's that she doesn't want you to have a loyalty because of her.
That checks out.
She valued greatly your independence. It's possible that you are responsible for leading Salwon into a new age. It's also possible that you might leave them all behind. I don't know where you're going to go.
I feel that that is the same struggle she balances every day. Someone gives her the assets and freedom to do what she loves to do. But sometimes she does have to think about the consequences of that. I could be her way out.
A lot of this hinges on you. Where the family goes. It could be with you or against you, depending on how this turns out.
We think we have Shai on our side. I know he's wrestling with his own allegiances. But if we do, if he does go with his heart rather than his training, I think we can not only prevent what's about to happen, but also save Salwon from itself. I know this is of little consequence to you, and you've certainly been brought up with your own allegiances and expectations.
I would find that allegiances now have changed meanings in the past week. Have a good night. Salwon Bao.
And you. No. We're up to now. Say
In
response.
that way, yeah.
Yeah.
She goes to bed.
Bao turns back to what they were writing and crosses a bunch of stuff out. But eventually we'll rest.
I like that. This feels, it's very cinematic to be like, after that conversation, I can't put this down anymore. I have to start over.
Yeah.
Very good.
Young Soo,
Yeah.
just before you manage to make it to bed, there's a knock at your door.
Yeah, okay. Youngsu is wearing what he has been wearing these past a little while. His vest is undone. He has nothing else. So I have nothing else to declare for the scene.
Just a vest.
Just a vest and some big flowy pants. He goes over to the door.
It's Kaimeng.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I figured you would be. You're gonna need to throw her off balance. Her confidence is her greatest asset, and I think you'll be able to shake it.
I appreciate that. The tip, I mean.
Is it gonna help to visualize your enemy? Do you want me to say anything so that you can... I do a pretty good Sela imitation.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hang on. You do your Sayla impression, and I'm gonna throw this one at you. Okay, ready? Takes a step back. He just like takes a deep breath, and then he jabs a finger at Kai Ming. Sayla, what you're doing is wrong, and we want you to be on the side of right. No, that sounds stupid. That sounds stupid. Sorry. Okay, you go.
I'm conflicted about killing you because I think you're kind of cute.
I thought you were supposed to be being Sayla. Right. Of course. Sayla thinks I'm cute? What? I don't know.
Look at you. You're such a dumb boy. She steps up to you and just plants one right on your lips.
Youngsu returns the kiss and then gently kind of lays his hands on her shoulders to sort of like just get a bit of
Her
distance.
shoulders.
Yeah, to get a bit of distance between them.
Okay. Just check.
Checking.
He lays his hands on her beat, like, oh my god. Incredible. Kai-Ming, I said some things to Sayla thinking it was you. And she was not very happy. And the idea that I'm going to have to say those things again to you right now and that you are going to be angry with me is a really terrifying, horrible thought, but I have to do it. Okay?
Okay.
I really like you. I think you're really cool. And I think that we should definitely go to that pro bending match when we get to Republic City. After we've taken down Takata, figured out how to get the mirror scale back to, all of the things. But the feelings that I have for you are mixed up with a lot of anger that I have towards the councilwoman and towards Sayla and towards a lot of people. And it wouldn't be fair to you to start a relationship of any kind right now with anger in my heart.
Okay. So what happens when you've already started one?
I guess we just acknowledge that it's going to be a little complicated for now.
It's allowed to be complicated. It's always allowed to be complicated.
Yeah.
But you can't say that you can't start one. We've known each other for a while now.
I know. I feel like you deserve a fresh start.
With what?
With a version of me that didn't leave you to almost die.
When did you do that?
He looks out past her shoulder. The ship. There's a little tear in his eye.
Sit down.
The chair? Finds a chair. Nope! He sits on the edge of the bed. In this room.
I told you to leave. And what did you do?
I did what you told me.
Okay. Do you think that's the most dangerous situation I've ever been in?
Probably not.
It absolutely was. I was on a ship in the middle of an ocean and it was going to sink. I was the only person who was holding a beam in place before the entire ocean rushed in on me in a big giant metal coffin. Yeah, it's the most dangerous situation I've ever been in.
So then you can't be mad at me for having feelings about it.
I'm glad you have feelings about it. But I want you to know that you did what you did because you needed to save other people. If you and I are ever going to be anything at all, whether that's friends, or lovers, or something else, I'm always going to be a Kyoshi warrior. You can't stop that. I'm always going to be putting myself out to make sure that I can help some other people, and it's going to mean that sometimes my life will be at risk. And if you can't handle that, then that's okay. But you can't start blaming yourself for decisions I make about myself. Okay?
Hell no.
And you can't say that you need me to wait until you're not filled with anger. Because I met you when you were. And I know how I feel about you now. I can wait until your head is clear. That's fine. But I don't deserve to know a different young Sue. I know this one.
I really appreciate that. You're right. This isn't a version of me. This is who I am. If you like who I am, I like who you are. It's okay. Maybe I'm just not happy with where I'm at right now. But I can't put that on you.
You're on your way. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna clear my head.
Okay. Have a good night, young Sue. Try not to kill my sister.
Hey. Good talk.
Could have been a lot more than that.
I know.
And she turns around, walks out, and just closes the door behind her.
Fuck! No, I'm just kidding.
She used her word hole.
Yay!
See, this is how you have healthy communication.
Yeah, Ellie Spot. I see you watching me out
Oh,
there.
okay. She
Sorry,
was
Ellie
saying
Spot in the
that you
future.
aren't like I thought that was like a Ellie Spot. You suck at
Yeah, you.
communicating.
Oh
Like,
God,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
absolutely
No,
not.
not what you meant.
No, that goes for everyone out there in the chat.
That's how you can
I
tell that
see
was
you,
coming
Jake
in.
Dooley. Yeah, it's actually a good point.
Yeah.
And yes, that was a Avatar, the other Avatar reference, very, very specifically and perhaps weirdly.
My girlfriend did turn into the moon.
That's rough, that's rough.
So are we moving on to the midway?
The midway.
Yeah, we sneak out the window with the assistance of a bit of airbending and probably a bit of earthbending.
Sweet.
Hooray.
Youngsu's ready to go with bed sheets, but not necessary. Perfect.
I was like, no, you stuff those under so it looks like you're still asleep if they peek in on you.
Oh, nice.
I was a teenager once.
Youngsu makes a body with, and then like a staff leg thing next to it. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you all going?
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah,
any
right, guys.
NPCs who want to join us, I guess.
Timing should come for sure.
Yeah.
That
I
would
would argue that that's probably a good play.
When you arrive at the midway, Sayla's already there, waiting for you. She's dressed in a very simple, it looks like a t-shirt, leggings. Just creaking her neck back and forth. There's a large duffel-esque bag that she's sitting on. And between you and her, just in the dust, your staff has been planted.
Nice.
Stop. You serious about this?
Yeah. I would have been serious then, too.
These others, they can't interfere. They interfere, and I guarantee you that it's going to go badly for a lot of people really, really quickly. Okay?
I understand.
You ready to do this for your honor?
For honor.
Why else would this be happening? She stands up. She reaches into the bag and she pulls out 2 war fans and then flicks them open.
Youngsu takes a step towards his staff.
There's no reaction there.
He'll cross the rest of the distance and sort of, in one fluid motion, pull it out of the ground and spin it a few times and let it rest across the back of his neck in like a, one of them cool tiger poses. Martial arts.
You're just channeling Fred.
Correct. This is correct. Yes.
We have a friend. His name is Fred. He's better at martial arts than you.
Probably all of you combined, actually.
Yeah.
You and us combined.
Too.
Yeah, I
We're
think.
not.
No. Cool, dude.
He could kick our ass into next year.
Anyway, he's cool.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Should we talk terms?
Go ahead.
If you win, I walk away. I walk away from Takata. I walk away from my vengeance. You get to work with her as long as you want, and I'll do whatever she says. I win. You walk away from this life. You leave her behind. If you need me to give you a place to go after that, maybe I can help you.
I have a home.
That must be nice.
Kyoshi Island will still be there for me.
Hmm.
You're the one who has to learn how to move on. I don't.
I think you'll find the easiest way to get knocked over is to think that you can stand strong and never move.
Are we done defining terms?
If they're agreeable to you, I'm ready.
Any hint of any interference on either side? Terms are void. She crouches.
Mm-hmm.
Kai Ming, by the way, has not made her presence known. She's here.
Bao would specifically not want to lose sight of Kai Ming, for what it's worth. Bao is happy to stay out of sight as well, if that's what it requires. But they don't want to lose sight of Kai Ming.
She's on a roof overlooking the midway.
Perfect.
Did Now come with us?
Oh, yeah.
So Don is.
Now looks remarkably well rested, by the way.
Feels good to get things
Dawn
off your
is
chest.
keeping herself in view. Show that she's not doing anything sketch. So she's standing next to Now, I guess.
Scott,
Yeah.
it's time.
It's time for fight that.
Kyoshi
Sailor.
warrior.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fight that. Classically trained warrior.
All right.
Woo! Let's party.
Elite fighter.
Yeah, basically. Ugh.
We are starting combat. Everybody's clear on the situation. You're in a midway, which means that there's various stalls surrounding you. However, it's still very early in the morning and there aren't a lot of people who are up and moving about. The sun is out, for what it's worth.
Oh, buddy. Oh, we're ready.
Is anyone else choosing to interfere with the fight at this time? Very well. I am choosing my approach.
Okay.
3,
Chosen.
2, 1.
Bend and maneuver.
Evade and observe.
A good choice, sir. An excellent choice, sir. And you'll take that medium rare, I assume. Oh, yeah, I have to roll, eh? I'm just gonna feel the combat exchange form for it.
Yes, that's important. Huh?
I mean, if you don't mind. Wah! 10.
Okay.
Which I believe is... Right, choose one from this list of things. Okay. Two techniques. Okay. 2 techniques from defend and maneuver. Youngsu is still crouched in sort of like a rather extended pose. He's going to continue to maintain a low profile. He's ready to retaliate. That's one of the techniques I'm going to choose. But he's also going to ready himself. I'm going to mark a fatigue.
Okay.
What Youngsu is doing is essentially, he's not observing, but he's preparing himself within the environment to get ready for like the fight of his life. So I'm gonna I'm gonna move so that the lights of both the sun and maybe even the fire fountain are behind me.
Yeah.
Slowly, so that when she comes at me, it's gonna be in her eyes.
Okay.
Um,
So you were assigning yourself.
some sort of status, yeah.
Very well. We're gonna say that you are prepared.
Okay. Well,
And I'm gonna say
But yeah, good.
you sure you want to do this? You absolutely sure that fighting is the way out of this? You realize that my sister will hate you forever if you hurt me. So we're testing your balance.
Okay. A sharp inhale of breath as Kai Ming's name or whatever is mentioned. Yeah. Okay. So if it's testing the balance, right?
Yeah. So you can. So here, let me just call.
Yeah, of course.
Just because we don't want to make sure that we screw this over.
Oh boy.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Okay.
It's okay. You bet.
Anyone need anything while I refill my water?
Surely this combat lasts more than 2 minutes. Oh boy. Hey, an animated GIF of Liz.
Yeah.
So you have been you just have your balance shifting.
Okay.
So
Yep.
the thing is, you could try to resist shifting your balance.
Yeah, when you resist an NPC shifting your balance.
Yeah.
But fail, and you'll have shifted twice.
Away from center, specifically, which would put me over the edge. So, not that I love a good risk. However, I can't risk being out of commission immediately in the fight. So I'm going to let her shift my balance once away from center, which would be towards care, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No.
Yeah.
Here.
All right.
I'm going to put it back because this establishes that she recognizes what it is.
That I care. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The seeing that this is an avenue of attack for you. So we'll just do that
Okay.
instead. So now she is aware that you have the principle of care.
That makes sense.
Okay. Round.
Round indeed.
Three, two, one. Evade and observe.
Yeah, it's an attack.
Okay. So
Same for now.
it's for you first.
Yep.
Roll with passion.
Roll with passion. Let's do it. This will determine the fiction. 10.
10. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm gonna choose 2 techniques.
Yep.
The first is going to be I'm gonna well, prepared. I can use +1 after the roll, but I'll keep that for now. Youngsu is going to move all of a sudden in a flash as quick as lightning as he realizes that she's not going to come to him first. She is intelligently, perhaps, not taking the bait of running into the light.
It's true.
He's going to move as quickly as he can straight towards her, zig or zag.
I'm gonna zig.
I'm going to
Zigging. I zig.
I'm gonna smash.
Okay.
So, which is one of the I'm gonna smash.
So
I'm
you
gonna,
get mark one fatigue.
I'm gonna mark 1 fatigue. He's moving. He's basically stepping off his line of attack for a moment to swing his staff around, smashing one of the midway machines, the Whack-A-Gopher Mole, which will explode probably in a shower of like sparks or
Springs.
light and springs. Yeah, causing mass confusion. It's causing like this sort of like explosion of rage.
Mhm.
Then taking that energy, continuing the momentum towards her,
Yeah.
and swinging the staff multiple times with a strike.
Okay. So, because it's a strike, do you want to mark fatigue to choose forcing them to mark 2 fatigue or strike where they're weak, inflicting a condition? Do you want to choose?
No,
One of those.
I'm gonna keep
Give me
I'm
the
gonna keep
choice.
3 fatigue. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that you've given the status of impaired
Okay.
to her, so she'll take 1 fewer technique
Okay.
the next time that she acts against you. However, her actions are first, she's going to step, and as you're swinging your sword, she'll just every once in a while like flick it away. Sword, staff. Every once in a while, flick it away with one of her fans. You never really meant to hurt anybody. You don't even want to hurt me now. What you really want is just a home back. This isn't the way to build one.
Youngsuit is not responding. Not responding with words. There's, I think, like another hiss as her words hit home.
Okay. You can resist this if you want.
Thank you.
And the next thing that she will do is with her fan, she's just going to lower them down and then at one point just fling dust from the midway up into your eyes, thereby giving you the status of impaired.
Okay.
Round. Still fighting?
The status, not condition.
Right. Yeah, still fighting. He's ready. He's ready. Okay. Yeah, I have to choose, eh?
Yep.
Ooh, this could be... No, I can't do that. Okay, that's too bad. Going to just quickly... Why? Yeah, of course. Always and forever. Ooh, we're thinking here. Want to do...
So I choose 1 fewer action this time.
You'll still these guys.
Yeah. I mean, this is, but not in this moment, unfortunately.
I have no idea what you have on the back page. I just know
Okay.
because it's on the back page. I know, like, I sometimes forget that.
Sometimes he takes the back streets.
Very good.
What's wrong with taking the back street?
He'll never shine if he anyway.
Let's do it. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Advance and attack.
Evade. Reserve.
Okay. This might be very bad. This might be very bad. Let's roll. Here's where I'm putting this thought process out into the universe for everyone to hear. I have 3 fatigue remaining. What I would love to do is mark a fatigue to live up to my principle of care, which is currently at a +3. It's going to feel very thematic too, trust me. However, if I do that, I won't then have the 3 fatigue I need for the hammer's special move. It's too bad. So I
You
could have
only had 1
evaded and
fatigue.
observed. Huh?
You had a night's sleep.
Yeah.
So you have 1 fatigue
Oh.
marked currently.
Ooh.
Sorry, I thought you
I-
saw that I...
Oh,
you
I'm
crossed
so
it
sorry.
out here, but not on your
Yeah.
sheet.
Okay, well, isn't that exciting? John, I'm gonna mark a fatigue to live up to my principle of care,
Okay.
which I hope will make sense in the context once I've announced all of my actions.
Yeah, you care about kicking her ass.
Basically, yeah. No. I'm hoping this makes sense, so I'm gonna roll with a +3 here. Good fucking thing too. 8.
Okay.
Which I believe means I can take 1. A basic or master technique. Awesome. I'm gonna now mark an additional 3 fatigue
Okay.
to use overpower.
Okay.
Throw a punch with all your weight behind it, mark 3 fatigue to inflict stunned on a foe. So,
I'm gonna say that you don't have to use your fist. You can use your
oh,
staff.
for sure. I think. Oh, thank you. And thank you. The sort of like dust and sand from the midway's ground, springs up into his eyes, and he like turns away ever so slightly. Maybe she catches a hint of the emotion on his face as her words hit home. And then he's going to leap up into the air, bring the staff down with all his might, in a like earth-shattering blow to knock her to the ground. And as she hits the dirt, he's going to land knees on either side and lean down very carefully next to her and just wrap her in a hug. I don't know what happened to you, but this is a way to build a home.
Okay. And the consequence of this action is,
Stunned.
well,
Which, again, I kind of feel.
What was your total?
8.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for that. There's tears in his eyes. His voice is cracking with emotion. He's holding her really fucking tight.
so this is inflicting her stunned. That's what you mean, not trapped.
Oh, yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you come down, she looks up. Maybe you can help me fix this.
What is she trying to do?
She's attempting to shift your balance away from center.
I have to resist. I
So
must
you-
resist this.
So, this is just a roll.
Yeah.
It's a straight up roll. There's no modifier.
Okay.
On a hit, you maintain your current balance in spite of their words or deeds. On a 10 plus, you get to choose 2, and on a 7 to 9, you get to choose 1 of stuff. But on a miss, you mark a condition, and I shift your balance twice.
Okay.
So
Oh,
has this happened while he's hugging her?
It's like
She says this as he's coming down.
Yeah.
Because technically, it's only at the end of the round that effects happen.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like- it's
okay.
this cinematic kind of moment where they're both happening at the same
Right,
time.
I thought because advance and attack activated first that meant, but no, I understand.
Status effects happen at the end.
Right.
I'm gonna roll it, John. I just want to clarify, if I may. I currently have the status of prepared, and the
Yes, you
status
do.
of- which I can take after
Yes, you
the
can.
fact. I'm just holding on to that. I also have impaired.
It's not a physical action.
Thank fucking. Here we go.
It's a physical action for you to you're overwhelmed, but this is not a physical action.
That is troublesome.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 5. Just.
You have plus nothing to it?
It's
It's
just a
So
straight roll.
here's the thing. You have prepared. It takes you to a 6. Someone could call out to you to help. Ending a fatigue. Whether or not this counts as interference,
This is the question.
that's a question. But at this point, I am forced to turn to the two of you. Do you want to help?
It's gonna be tough.
This will knock Young-Soo out of the fight.
So what did she just say?
Maybe you can help me get
Yeah.
out of this.
I mean, I'm not sorry to put these two in a tough place either.
No,
but
no, no,
I
no.
mean, if you're out of the fight, either way, that actually kind of helps to know. That helps with the decision, right?
Mhm.
But it means that him losing the fight, I get to dictate what that means next. Help him, and then he stays. She's still stunned. She will be stunned.
Yeah.
I would clear my prepared and take the help to go up to a 7, and I would be able to take one of these
Yes.
things, which I will immediately. Yeah.
Are you open to receiving help?
Hell yeah.
That's where you're like, no, I think dramatically, like,
This
I'd
is-
rather.
this is- I'd love if we took each other down in this like wonderful ballet of like, you know, we're just weeping messes or whatever. That'd be fine, but yeah.
I think I was gonna say something.
You seem excited. Do it, yo. I think that's great.
Yeah, Bao called out. Don't trust her. That's it. That's all.
Oh shit.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all.
You can choose either clear a condition or mark growth by immediately acting to prove them wrong, or you can shift your balance towards the opposite principle.
I'm gonna shift my balance once towards force. So as Young-Soo, his eyes widen midair, but then hearing Bao's voice, his eyes kind of harden once again, bringing the staff down.
Okay.
I think
Round.
Yeah.
She is stunned and cannot act.
Does the fight continue? Is the question.
At the
'Cause
moment-
that's on me, eh? I
At
suppose.
the moment, it's on you. She is stunned. If you choose to end the fight now, you haven't actually disabled her. She's just stunned at the moment.
That's it.
However, you could act against her now, if you wish. I will remind you that if somebody is stunned, this is a good point for you to inflict a different, perhaps more serious status.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not doing that. Just looking.
So the crosshair 6 is not a success, 7 is. Scott rolled a 5. He then had prepared, which meant that he could
yep.
take +1 against that roll, or for that roll, which put him up to a 6. Bao, helping, put him up to a 7. Bao, by the way, means that I have
I
to
did.
give. Oh, you already did
Yeah.
it? Okay. That fatigues Bao a little bit. You know, saying don't trust her.
No,
hard.
the stress of choosing whether or not to speak up and potentially interfere, and what to like to give voice to their thoughts, right, as opposed to staying quiet.
You've also given her impaired, right?
Or
just stunned?
just stunned.
Okay.
She had impaired. And that only lasted the one round.
Do I still have impaired? Is also
No.
a good question. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, I am going to continue to try to inflict a mercy.
So I have nothing to declare. You
Oh, okay.
Just tell me what you're doing.
Okay, great. Well, then I'm going to choose to evade and observe, clear fatigue, and
Okay.
roll with harmony.
Clearing your fatigue.
Oh, creativity. I will roll with harmony. Motherfucker. Not like these dice today. I rolled a 6, which I think is you can shift your balance away from center to use a basic technique.
You can do that.
Yeah, you could do that. I really want to take advantage of this, so I'm going to.
Okay.
Can't believe it. I'm going to move back towards +3 care. Right near the end of care.
Yeah.
And I'm going to test balance. John, mark a fatigue to challenge an engaged foe's balance. Ask what their principle is. And then if I already know their principle, I can shift it. But
So I'm just going to make sure.
tell me, yeah.
You are in a position where she is stunned currently.
Oh,
After
yeah.
this
Oh,
round,
sorry, yeah.
she will no longer be stunned unless you have continued your physical assault.
Right.
So
Yes.
you're still choosing to test balance.
No, sorry. You're right.
That it's fine. You totally can. I just mean that you won't get the advantage of still having her in a lock. She'll get out of it at the end of this round.
That's it.
Unless you press your advantage.
So, yes, I had thoughts about using multiple things. Instead, hinder, impede a nearby character, inflicting an appropriate status.
Okay.
So,
What are you doing?
what am I doing? I'm maintaining the bear hug as I slowly and carefully remove the fans from her hand.
Okay.
To which Young-Soo just kind of like looks her in the eyes. We don't need to do it this way. You think that we have to be mortal enemies, but we don't. We both want the same thing, Selah.
I'm going to offer you the chance. You can either trap her or you can doom her.
Ugh.
It's going to be one or the other. So trapped means that you're holding her down specifically. Doomed means that you're choking her out.
Brutal.
It doesn't mean you have to kill her.
No. It just means that she has to give up or else kind of thing.
It means that she'll, every few seconds, until she frees herself, she'll continue marking fatigue. Or trapped means that she's completely helpless and will have to mark 3 conditions or fatigue to escape.
Despite the fact that it feels very strong and forceful and kind of awful, this back and forth that Young-Soo's feeling right now indicates to me that he's going to inflict the status of doomed on her. He's essentially, he's holding down a pressure point on her body to make sure that she can't move. He has a basic mastery of chi blocking, so he has some knowledge of pressure points, and he's removing her war fans. He's stripping her of her weapons.
Well,
I mean, brutal.
okay.
It's over.
Round. Choose your.
Yeah. Oh, I did, and I didn't spend it again. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
So you should only be at 4.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah. No.
3.
He was
Yeah. Sorry.
thought he was in default because he had max fatigue, so now he has all.
Still though. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Advance
and attack.
Let's do it. All right. No, thanks.
Okay.
All right. Fatigue to roll with +3. Nope. Let's do it. Roll with passion. 7. There we go. That's 9.
Okay.
That's
What are you doing?
great. Strike a foe within reach. I'm going to mark a fatigue to hammer them with my blows, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue or inflict a condition. Young-Soo sees that she hasn't yet given up the fight and is going to, in a series of quick jabs, essentially try to knock the breath out of her, marking several pressure points.
Okay. In doing so, she brings her knee up directly into your groin
Oh!
in an attempt to strike.
Brutal.
And then when you catch her eyes, she takes a hold of the staff and starts squeezing her own neck with it.
Ah!
You're being pressured.
Okay.
You cannot choose the advance and attack form next round.
Okay.
However, you marked a fatigue,
I did.
which means that you now have to mark 2 conditions. Or, okay, so technically, here it is.
Sorry. Yeah.
You either
Yeah, because of her.
you either have to shift your balance away from center,
No thanks.
or you must mark 2 fatigue, or you must mark a condition. You can't mark fatigue, so you have to mark a condition.
Right.
We are going to... I'm going to ask, would this make you angry that she's continuing her assault? Or would it trouble you that you have to do this to somebody?
It's troubling that I have to, like, that she won't listen to reason.
You are now troubled.
Okay.
However, round, she passes out.
Oh, right.
She has no more fatigue
Okay.
or conditions to mark. You are in.
Youngsu, I think, in this moment, then seeing this happen, like, rolls off of her, and there's like a groaning, awful kind of moaning as he touches at his junk, which was beneath.
I don't know if she made contact with your junk.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
Remember that you are only injured if you've been taken out.
right. Okay.
You weren't taken out, so she tried to attack you, and you may have blocked it, but it's troubling you that it had to come
Yeah.
to this point. However, she is now comatose.
Okay. Rather than standing, he like scrambles back off of her, taking his staff with him.
She flops into the dust. There's a it looks like you've just taken out Kaiming.
There's a long beat as he sort of like just sits there and thinks about what he's done. Thank you. And then stands and looks down at her. Is she conscious? Like, can we converse? Or is
She's
she
not
out?
conscious
Okay,
currently.
all right. Turning back to the friends that he can see, there is something like panic in his eyes, a lot of adrenaline, as he puts the staff back together and just motions over his shoulder. Let's get these clothes onto Kaiming. And then she can hold on to this. Holds the staff again. That'll get her onto the ship.
Don runs over, kind of half pulling now.
Whoa!
Yeah, Bao hops down.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I thought she would listen.
You have lost sight of Kaiming. She just ducks down back from the wall or the roof for a second.
So Bao would have hopped down between Sayla and Youngsu, but realizing that they've lost sight of Kaiming, they head straight for Sayla.
Is
Yep,
A.O.
that's fine.
K.O.
Youngsu turns back towards the body, I guess, the like unconscious body of Sayla, and then kneels down next to her and just starts muttering a little bit to himself. I'm really sorry, everyone. This isn't what I wanted.
She wasn't gonna yield.
She was just as willing a party in this fight as you.
I
She
don't know.
made her choices.
She should have made better choices.
Kaiming runs into the midway.
So,
I mean, it's done.
I see that. Looking down at this, like, figure on the ground. What are you gonna do?
She can't be allowed to get on the airship. We have to make sure she's...
If she doesn't get on the airship, then she might still be able to do things. She could find another way to Republic City.
I can't just kill someone.
Don't kill her. You promised me you wouldn't kill her. She goes over to the duffel bag, unzips it, zips it back up. This will fit me, at least.
Makes sense. I'm gonna find a place quiet, out of the way. I gotta make sure that she wakes up there. Someone will find her eventually.
She won't be out for that long.
God.
But she'll also, the equivalent of, she'll have a full fatigue track and full condition track. She won't be in any position to take action against you for at least a little while.
That's it. I need to find somewhere to lock her up. Like she did to you. She's smart, she's capable, she's strong, she'll get out of it. But we'll be long gone by then.
Kaiming immediately starts to don the armor.
I mean, if we're doing the switcheroo, I can accuse her of Kaiming. Anything she says will just sound like Kaiming lying, pretending to be Sayla.
Excuse me. Unless the councilwoman has a code or something.
In which case...
There's only one thing that differentiates the two of us. That's easily seen. And I don't know how many people know about it. She was injured and I wasn't.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I'm not suggesting you do that to me.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure I was like...
Says it. Ow.
Yeah.
But if you accuse her of being me, there aren't many people who would be able to tell you otherwise. It's not a known fact that she has this injury and that I don't.
What about your...
I could establish it backwards. That Kaiming is the injured one. And that proves that she is Kaiming.
That she was trying to take Sayla's place. Do the Sawans have a safe compound?
Would your cousin know of something?
You could take her to your cousin's lab. There's no messy sex, but at least I'll have...
I don't know
Come
how comfortable she is with holding prisoners. I mean, there is the prison, but it's true that...
It's a pretty sweet prison.
Yeah.
I designed it myself.
Oh! Click. Woo, woo, woo. It's, I assume there's like...
I assume you're all in for the rave.
Yeah.
I just worry that if I go directly to Kaisuke, it's too obvious that we need someone on our side.
But she'll do anything for you. Won't she?
Not quite how family works here.
See.
Wouldn't count on it.
No, if the plan is to leave Sayla here and lock her up, then we're locking up quote-unquote Kaiming.
Kaiming starts applying makeup to her face.
She'll be taken care of. She won't be hurt. I don't know how good she is at talking her way out of things.
I don't need long.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Kayla?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
great. I was looking to Kaiming for intel.
What intel?
Like, is she good at talking her way out of things? Does this sound like a terrible plan?
There's a lot of things I apparently don't know about my sister.
I'm going to try to find something to bind
That's easy.
Sayla's hands. Yeah. Okay. You'll accompany us as we deliver the prisoner.
Of course.
You've given her the status of trapped.
Sweet.
Hooray!
It's prepared. That's done.
She could be prepared as well. I don't know.
Trapped. There it is.
I don't like it either, but it's the best we have right now. And if we don't trust Kaisuke,
Well, it's not that. I don't trust the optics of going to Kaisuke.
would you trust the optics of going to your mother? Or your father?
What about Jai?
General, we've captured a prisoner. The trouble is, if I tell him Miss Kaiming that we've captured, will he catch on?
It's possible.
I should give him more credit. He's not just a stupid soldier, as much as I say that sometimes.
Hey. I mean, wait, no, that... Oh, you were saying something nice about me.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, thanks. I'm going to give people an option at this point. You can rest your brains for a second.
Yeah,
Explain.
I need to take a bathroom break, so my ability
Yeah.
to make decisions is something.
So,
Me
folks,
too as
we're going
well,
to take a quick break. If you're not subscribed, you might see some ads. We're only doing this because we don't want you to see ads in the middle of game, but we will be back in about 5 minutes. Feel free to ask us some questions. You can also throw them in chat, but we'll still be able to answer.
If they are about the previous combat, I'm stepping away for a moment as well, but you can certainly toss them in and I'll answer them as soon as I get back.
Sometimes our wee blocks the pathway to our brain. It's too built up.
Now that's anatomy.
Good night,
Right,
weirdness.
back in a second.
It was fun. Period. It is your birthday. Period. It's not. I'm just the Office reference.
I was just wondering whether it was my birthday.
No, when Dwight was in charge of setting up the room for party planning, and he just printed a giant banner that said, "It is your birthday." It's one of my favorite sight gags from the show.
Good combat step.
Ah. Agua. It's
How you
cold.
feeling? How you
cold.
feeling there, Schwitzy?
This is cold.
Very nice.
Oh, am I?
No, I just assumed under the jacket you're Schwitzy.
Oh, maybe. We'll see. We'll find out. Afterwards, we'll see if like I go zip and it'll just go sploosh everywhere.
We'll hold like buckets under you and
You've had costumes like that.
oh my god.
I've been there when you have taken costume off and been like, this is kind of moist.
The worst was the corsets for bourgeois, because we didn't have like chemises to wear
Yeah.
under them like you're supposed to, so it was basically just up against like a tank top essentially. So you're sweating through the stretchy tank top into the corset, and nothing can be cleaned. Like, we just didn't have the laundry facilities.
No.
We certainly couldn't afford dry cleaning. So everything just got Febrezed and vodka sprayed at the end of every show.
Yeah.
And that was the best they could do. And I just remember like peeling off the corset and just like, ugh, like so gross.
There were several corsets in that show.
There were so many, and they were also stanky. We relegated them in the women's dressing room. Like, they all got hung up and put in the far off corner as far away as we could get them, because they were so rank. Oh my god. But yeah,
Some of the days you were on set in armor on LARPs.
yeah, that was pretty gross. At least none of that, like, the stuff that really got sweaty was stuff that I could launder easily. Everything else was like armor. Hi, Craig.
Who doesn't love a Craigod?
Hello, hello. Thank you for the send-off.
There's a lot of sometimes, like, I've also done a few gigs where I've had to wear like mascot suits, so like think like those massive kind of like fully encased things, and I distinctly remember getting out of a couple of them once and feeling like I had lost 5 pounds worth of like water weight.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Just
Yeah. You just sweat so much.
It's a thing. It's a problem.
Can I reveal what you're doing out there, Kate? Kate's creeping in the hallway eating meat. she's just watching and like.
Yeah, well, now that you put it that way, it's salami. It's deli meat. Good morning. I hope your Monday's off to a good start, Craigon.
Of all the things I expected you to be eating, it wasn't salami. That's so good.
Probably mostly she was doing that so that I wouldn't see her eating it.
No, it was just so that I wasn't eating on stream.
And now,
Mukbang.
Can't be
change
stopped.
Category.
that's right. I'm assuming we don't have any food updates yet, but I will check.
Yeah. It isn't like, oh, we've decided that we have too many orders, so we've canceled the order.
That's usually the
worst.
and that it always happens when I choose to put my phone far away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any evidence that
It's just creeping in the hallway.
things aren't
eating
happening.
meat. Yeah, everything has been scheduled. They're not prepping it yet.
Oh, hi, everybody.
I can't say that
Oh.
I am. Can't say that I'm not looking forward to it.
The meat?
Yeah. Well, no,
You
just
want a
food
snack?
in general. No, I'm fine.
Would you like a
I'm
snack?
fine. Sit down.
How about some nuts?
How about
What?
I have a big button here that says break over, and I'm pushing it.
Yay! Yeah.
Shy?
Yeah. Good.
I don't trust my mother. I'd be too worried about some triple cross.
We'll have to hustle because you'll need to find somewhere safe to keep her that isn't the airship. That.
Are you gonna tell him the truth?
When we drop off the prisoner in loud public statements, no. But afterwards, yes. We need to have him on our side.
And we'll uncover some proof. That'll help him too.
I'm not interested. Oh, shh. Right. That's right. That's. Thank you. That was the Kate. Oh shit.
That's so good. I was like, whoa.
I completely forgot that we had said we had to
He
find
was
proof.
like, I need proof.
I
Oh,
did not write
trust
that
you.
down. Damn it, past me.
That's okay. It's okay. I have an idea. I mean, which involves this Inquisitor, basically. That's my thought, anyway.
The proof. What was I supposed to prove?
That the Sauron.
Family's doing the wrong thing.
Correct.
Corruption.
Corruption.
That they're implicated with Takata. All
Thank
that.
you, friends.
Well, that it's.
Or I guess beyond Takata, like the fact that
The Sauron gold
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Right,
was
literally
tied to the
didn't
gold
write this
and their
down.
debts.
Wild. Shocking, actually.
Yeah, neither did I, but I never write anything down.
Yeah.
Bam.
You know why?
No?
'Cause I'm fucking dumb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to write that down, or
You
no, you're
can.
good, eh? Okay.
But-
Do you need to remember?
Good question. All right. Well, then in that, yeah. So, plan made. We are making sure that Kaiming is fully kind of made up and so on, and then we are taking the prisoner, weirdly and ironically, to the airship to speak with General Jai.
As you head to the airship, Kaiming has once again put herself back into a Kyoshi warrior outfit. It looks identical to Sayla. Who would have thought?
On the way, Don is briefing Kaiming on everything they've learned about Sayla's activities in Republic City, or not Republic City, Fire Fountain City. The stuff about having visited for 10 years, the stuff about the florist, really specific things that could help her gain Takata's trust.
Okay.
I also
as much
return.
as she can.
I also present to Kaiming. Yongsu presents his staff. Sayla was holding on to this.
Are you?
Sayla was holding on to it.
Okay.
If something happens and I need it, find me.
I'll just have to rip it off my back.
Okay.
She slides it through her, well, it's actually her belt, and then
Right. That's so cool.
pulls her up. Should I be there when you talk to Jai?
If you want to wait just out here, I'll wait with you. I don't think I would have much to contribute to the conversation. What?
All right then, we will bring in our prisoner.
Yep. A quadruple take. Woo, woo, woo.
We're just throwing out all the gifts. I can't wait until somebody just gifts me being like, because I'm fucking dumb. When you get to the ship, there is a bright-eyed young ensign
Oh, perfect.
standing outside. The ensign is holding a massive urn full of coffee.
Oh, it's like ashes.
They're enemies because they're
It's
fire.
Jai.
Right, of course.
Whoa.
Looked in with an
You wanted the
accent.
general.
Yeah. No, it's General Jai being like, and salute.
Oh my
Burns
god.
them.
Elliot's trying to learn precision.
And I just wanted to be more like, old former Fire Emperor Zuko, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God, what a dummy.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I'm no longer the Fire Lord, but the Phoenix King.
Pretty sweet.
We have a prisoner for General Jai.
A prisoner?
Yes.
She drops the coffee urn.
Oh, can we try to catch it?
Val goes to airbend like a bit of a air cushion under it, and
Oh, that's-
I assume you go to try.
I
to
would
grab
actually
it.
try to grab it, but I like the little like.
Well, yeah, with our powers combined, right? Like you grab onto it, but still tipping. Then, like I managed to blow it back up.
She
right?
just races onto the airship.
Oh God, hot. All right, leave it on the ground.
After a few moments, where are you?
I'm not far. I think just like waiting, like just inside the entrance of the ship.
So is you and he still? Did you work things out?
Oh, we did, and then it got unworked out. Pretty bad way. So,
How?
he wouldn't take our word for something. And I understand why, but I think that just sort of made me realize that we're fighting in two different fights for two different things.
And that's enough?
It's enough for me to know that I can't be influenced by whatever he's got going on while we're already trying to deal with Takata and everything else.
You sound like young Sue.
Well, he's all angry. I'm just trying to be focused.
No. He's trying to be focused too.
How'd the conversation go between you two? Tell me everything, please.
Still wants to take me out on a date.
Now, did he? I just want to make sure. Did he say it was a date, or is it like?
I don't know,
Okay, good.
but I mean,
It can absolutely be a date. I just really don't want anyone assuming anything and then someone else assuming something else. There's been a lot of that. Problems.
I'm not sure where it's gonna go. I just know that there was a lot of feelings. A lot of feelings.
Feelings are good. People should let themselves feel feelings.
I don't know about that. Sometimes I really feel those feelings, you know?
Well, yeah. But some of us are too focused on the mission to feel feelings or to question why they're doing what they're doing. And
Sometimes it's important to finish the mission. That's one thing that the Kyoshi warriors always say.
yeah,
We have
but
to
you
finish.
managed to have a balance of things.
Well, I can finish the mission and I can,
Feel things,
I was going
right?
to say do things, but yeah.
Okay. I don't think that Jai's a bad guy. I'm realizing that we might have some differences that maybe would be too difficult to overcome.
It's possible.
I mean, he needed proof that he could trust us, and even after knowing Yongsu and Bao for like just 3 days, I trusted them more than pretty much anyone else I knew. And the same with you.
Well, maybe that means that he's less trusting of himself.
Maybe. But is that my job to help him fix?
I don't think any of that's your job, but it might be your passion. Come on, who couldn't use a project?
I have so much other stuff that I need to focus on right now. If he has soul searching to do, maybe that's something for him to take care of. Maybe he can find me if he decides that our paths still align. But maybe I can't wait for that.
I think you'll figure it out when your time. Well, when it's time. You're not time. You're not a physical embodiment of time. Are you? Is that what happens to you in the spirit world? I've never been.
Clap, click, clap, click. She starts being a clock.
Right, sure, yeah. Okay.
And smash cut.
Jai comes out, surrounded by a couple of aides. Cousin.
She was caught attempting to take the place of her twin.
I'm not.
There's one thing that her lies can't overcome. And Bao will reach to like the collar of her shirt and just pull it down enough to hopefully there are scars far enough up the back that Bao doesn't need to like reveal too much.
It's all you would have to
Like,
deliberately
like pull the collar back a bit.
It's
in the
normally
back.
hidden by the shirt,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yes, you can reveal it.
Kai Ming is scarred. Sayla is not. Intense as this imposter seems to be, I doubt she would go through this amount of pain.
I thought Keming was your friend.
She is acting counter to Councilwoman Takata. Sayla turns out to have been the one on the side of right.
He looks back and forth between the two of you.
I'm not happy about it, General.
You can speak to the councilwoman, or I don't know how much my mother, right? He's not my
Didn't she
mother,
have a thing for you?
She's a danger for a number of reasons, sir. Not the least of which is, I'm sure you can imagine, the confusion that would be caused. Two of them running around on an airship.
We don't have time for this. Throw her in the stockade. We need to get going.
Thank you.
Where's Don? The aides start peeling off, and she starts struggling, being like, "No, I'm Sela! I'm Sela!" They
Hooray!
pull her away down the dock.
Youngsu looks after her, troubled. Thank you. It's my contribution.
Can we get like a key role-playing moment?
Play of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just put the play of the game
Yeah.
things back up.
You used the word, man. Okay.
Player of the game.
Dawn is nearby. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
She's with Sayla.
I'll get them, sir. And I leave these two alone for a moment. And go and get these two.
A word, cousin?
Ensign, go somewhere else. Ensign's like, okay.
Bowslight points to the coffee.
Splash in the water.
Oh, reaches down, picks up the coffee, tilts back a little bit, rights herself, and then gets back on the ship.
Can we get her name at the earliest convenience, please?
Good.
Her
That
name is Koo.
Cool.
K-O-O.
Thank you.
Koo.
Adopt an NPC program.
How does one spell ensign?
E-N-S-I-G-N.
Ensign.
Thank you.
It's the lowest commissioned officer rank.
Very good.
junior.
Yes.
I have the beginnings of information. I know that there is enough doubt upon our family, and particularly my mother, that there will be an inquisitor coming with us.
Yes, that's what I understand.
Not to investigate at large where the gold situation happened.
No.
No. They are coming because my mother is coming. Because my mother and Takata are coming. Because that gold exchanged hands and went into the pockets of Sayla, who is actually Sayla. Points off towards wherever they took Kaiming.
You're getting me wrapped up in things. I suppose I'm already wrapped up, aren't I?
Your heart seems to be.
Bao, I follow orders. And right now, the ones who are supposed to follow orders from is your mother.
What do you want to do with your life? Do you want to do whatever you're told regardless of what it means? Or do you want to do good with your life?
You're discussing mutiny right outside of an airship.
I mean, I wanted to move somewhere very private to have this
I
conversation.
mean, it's private enough.
Yeah, great. This isn't about mutiny. This is about the family and keeping us from ruining ourselves.
You can't ignore the chain of command just because you don't like it.
That's fine. That's why I'm talking to you, Shai. Because I could try to ignore the chain of command. I could leave you out of this. I could ignore your future and let you follow the orders that will besmirch your name for the rest of your life. Or I could give you a chance to save not just your own reputation, not just our family, but the entire undoing of our ability to have any sort of relationship with the spirit world.
I already agreed to lock up Sayla. Your story is plausible enough. When worst comes to worst, we can always just let her go. I don't know what's about to happen. But I'm not certain you and I are on the same side.
Shai, I don't hate my mother. I'm not interested in chaos. Not interested in situations that force you into having to question your order. I'm interested in preventing a disaster, because that's the direction that we are headed right now.
According to you, I asked you to bring me proof. I assume you do not have this proof.
I don't know what I could possibly give you as proof. They've been careful. They've been plotting this for years. What would count as proof to you? Some sort of document that says, yes, I plan to do evil things. What would count as proof to you, Shai?
Something I can see. Something that I can see with my own eyes or touch with my own hands.
And
Because I know that your word is something that you believe, but I don't know if it's the truth, Bao. People who you're surrounding yourselves with at this point? Young Su, Kai Ming, now.
Dawn,
They're all great people, I can tell. But I don't know where they lie either.
so what do you propose? I let the invasion begin, the occupation, and I wait how long until you realize how terrible it is? How much damage has been done to the world? How much damage has been done to our family's reputation? How long? Do I wait until you and all of your soldiers have been transfigured by the spirits? Do I wait until the face stealer has stolen your face the way Takata's fiance's face was stolen?
And if Takata demanded that all of your friends be put into prison and that they throw away the key strictly because of her word and with no proof, you would object, right?
Am I asking you to throw anyone into prison? And of course, she would do that in a heartbeat if she didn't find us useful. Would you do it? Would you do it, Jai?
I would need proof of their wrongdoing.
Okay. Why did you put Sayla away then? Under my word. Was it because you trusted me? You didn't ask for any proof. Jai, don't know how to prove this. Gold has been missing for years. Do you want to divert the airship to track down these fire sages that might have been involved? Do you want to have me abandon what's been requested of me in order to find this proof for you? Life isn't that easy, Jai. If you wanted to just be following orders, then follow your orders. But therein, you will lose Dawn, and you will lose me, and the family will fall apart.
Okay. So, it sounds like what you're doing is calling someone out.
Calling him out, pleading, yeah, one of those two. I just don't know. I just don't know what his I don't know what his principles like. Theoretically, his principle is his orders. So I don't.
Duty, yeah. I
Duty.
feel like I remember this.
That's
Yeah.
what I think it
Yeah,
might
so I
be,
don't-
but it's never been confirmed.
Yeah, I just don't know because theoretically, you're calling someone out to live up to their principle, and in any way, I'm trying to.
So,
Yeah.
you are openly calling out him
Yeah.
to live up to his duty to his family,
Okay.
which means that you shift your balance away from center, putting you right at the edge of progress.
Okay.
Oh, look at all three of you.
Family.
You may want to consider trying to nudge that over before the shit hits the fan.
Enter the grave.
That's why I was meditating. Oh, God damn it.
I'm gonna go punch a brick. That's how that works, right?
Or just let it roll over.
NBD.
So you are going to roll with their principal.
Okay.
He is currently sitting at a +2, so you roll at a +2.
That is
Okay. So on a 7 or 9, they challenge your view of the world in turn. So mark 1 fatigue, or they shift your balance as they choose. So either I can shift your balance, or you can mark a fatigue. I'll show you what your fatigue is.
Yeah, like I'm fine to take the fatigue. I'm just curious. Like I feel like he tried to shift me back towards
Tradition.
But I
You
think
want-
the
you
point
want
is
to
I
tempt
want to call him out, so I think I'll spend the fatigue. Like this matters to me. So
You're going to spend the
fatigue.
fatigue. Oh no, both will successly call him out.
Okay.
You've succeeded.
Yeah, but I'm
But
still gonna take the fatigue.
you're
I
gonna
feel
take the
like
fatigue.
that was they aren't. They're yeah.
You know, fatigue here being
Because I
like
can
a...
shift. The thing is, I can shift your principle either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Balance either way.
Yeah.
So
But no,
you don't know which way I'll shift
Yeah.
it.
I'll take the fatigue.
What if I'm just a little bit sadistic?
Oh.
What if I'm crafty?
Yeah.
Plus 1 fatigue for Bao. Bao is sitting on 2 fatigue. Young-Soo is pretty wrecked. Done.
Oh.
Fresh as a daisy.
I slept and didn't fight.
See?
So I promise you, if I can find any sort of proof, I will. But this is conspiracy.
Shut up for a second. Your word's enough. Fine, it's enough for now. I can't openly move against Takata without actual proof.
Of course.
But I'll keep your secret for now. And I'll see what I can do to help. But you are going into the spirit world when we get into Republic City.
We're going to follow the steps laid out for us. I don't want to make you disobey too many orders. I just want to make sure that the defense that your army puts up is defending against the right thing.
Okay. I have to get back on board.
We are the next generation. Let's make sure that there is a next generation after us.
Okay.
Let's him go and then. Like it's an airship dock, so I assume there's not like water here.
Yeah,
Oh, it
it's
is?
still the port.
Great, then Bao like splashes their face with water.
Nice.
And then you rejoin your friends.
We're gonna have our work cut out for us.
So I've let him in on it. If he hasn't been swayed, I think he has. But if he hasn't, then we're done for. But we were kind of done for, even if he wasn't swayed anyway.
You think he has been though?
I'm asking. It would be like me asking you to ignore the request of your order of the spirits. Even if it was going to save the world, I know it would tear you in two, and that's what's happening to him.
He's being asked to work against everything he's ever known.
I have a question I have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
How many people know where the mirror scale is right now?
It's not told anyone.
Yeah, so we know.
We three.
Kai Ming, I think.
Yes,
knows?
we did.
And does now know? Now
That-
knows we have it, but does
that
know
was
exactly
not
where it is?
told now.
I believe that you've let now know that you're holding on to the mirror.
She knows we have it.
But
It's
you-
not
but
exactly where
she
it
doesn't
is.
know who has it or
Correct.
how.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to be sure of.
Who did you tell that I had the scale safe? Just, sorry, was it Sayla? When was this information conveyed?
Well, that's
It
a
was
great
post
question.
shipwreck. She was at KO.
Didn't she go,
No.
where is the mirror scale? And then we just said it's safe. Didn't we just say it's safe?
Yeah,
Or,
probably.
no, because we saw her
Good
conscious
question.
post shipwreck, pre-arrest, right? So we would have told
I
her
mean,
on
yes.
the boat on the way to Fire Fountain City?
Yes.
And that's
Okay, great.
That's before the switch happened.
Great.
Yeah, I
great,
think
great,
we've
great.
been pretty good about
We
not
believe.
mentioning it.
Great.
The switch. I'm going to confirm
Yeah.
because I imagine you would have
Yeah.
discussed it anyway. It happened once she was left alone on the Midway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
great.
Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Cool.
So when Jai left with you,
Mhm.
or no,
When I
sorry,
went to
when
the
you
temple.
went to the temple,
Yeah.
and then when you went to the strong woman's booth, essentially,
The high striker.
she was left alone.
Awesome.
Not when you left the Midway. You were still at the Midway, but you weren't with Kaiming. And
Correct.
You left Kaiming.
Well, Kaiming didn't want to go into the...
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw blame at anybody.
No. I'm just like...
You were in jail.
Oh my
You
God.
got beaten up.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get yourself arrested.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was actually classic, one of those moments. I was like, if anything happens to her, I am exonerating myself.
Jill very specifically
Yeah.
is correct. You did tell her after you found her
Yeah.
bound, but you
Okay,
did
great.
not tell Selah.
Great. Fantastic. Thank
That's
you.
good.
Good job, us.
Yay.
I'm not going to
Pat ourselves
penalize
for
you.
that.
Stumbling
I
ass
think that'd
first
be a
into
move.
the correct
Can you imagine?
course of action.
Okay.
Having him on our side will be valuable. But we can do this. This airship ride is going to be critical. We need to learn as much as we can from these people. We need to specifically figure out if there's anything we can use to expose Takata and undo this entire venture. Once we enter the spirit world, we can set something in motion. We just need to make sure we have the pieces in place.
I know that we are headed towards your order. And potentially towards some entrance into the spirit world.
Yeah. I need to speak to my order and see what impressions they're under. See if they've been lied to, or see if they truly know something I don't about how this could.
To return to your cabin and meditate to get away. That's a completely valid thing.
You see a procession of various small-minded dignitary.
Small-minded.
Love it. Love that.
It's like a frantically sucking up to a magnanimous-looking councilwoman Takata as she sweeps on towards the airship. Walking beside her is a very dignified-looking gentleman with a very sharp black Van Dyke. He is remarkably handsome, by the way.
Oh.
He carries a
Another one.
clipboard, and sorry, he's remarkably handsome. Liz looks up. He's carrying a clipboard. Kate looks up.
Hooray!
Oh shit! We got ourselves a serious one. Yeah, that's good. Very good.
And his name is Pyers.
Oh, he
That's
lit a fire in my heart.
Let the games begin. Oh my god.
It's open season on Inquisitors. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
They sweep onto the airship. Shpina, this airship isn't. It doesn't have the same feel as just a straight up military vessel. Clearly, it's got some official capacity, but it is designed not strictly for like utilitarianism. It's also not a pleasure cruise.
Yeah, we already had one of those, and we know how that ended.
Was there any pleasure received on the pleasure cruise?
I'm sure in some other cabins.
Alcohol?
Not in our campaign. Yes, how was pleasure, buddy?
Ha is still there, by the way.
Good.
Should have mentioned where Ha was during your fight.
Yeah, I should have too. Sorry.
Clutching,
Done, I think.
clutching Don, I think.
Oh, yay!
Trying to choke out. Here, you gonna take that? Yeah. That'd be great. Ugh.
Stuffing itself in her mouth.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Can't breathe if you're just breathing in Ha.
That is.
Yeah, Youngsu turns to Sayla. You should, of course, escort us on board, us being dangerous criminals and all, or at least me being a dangerous criminal and all.
We should get on board.
Bye, Fire Fountain City. First sojourn into the Fire Nation.
Goodbye.
Cool.
What?
Oh, wow.
We'll be back if you ever want to return here.
This
Optimism. Done.
was my home. I'd like for it to be my home again in the future. Then you'd be welcome.
After a few minutes, once you get on board, you are indicated a sleeping quarters. Your sleeping quarters, I should point out, are very cramped. This is not seemingly on purpose. It's what everybody has to deal with because this is, again, not quite a pleasure vehicle, not quite a military vessel. So you are essentially bunked two to a room, and it's the equivalent of like 2 beds. That's it.
More room than the summer shark.
Yes, you have more room than the Summer Shark.
Upgrade.
Not much,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say, yeah, upgrade.
now that you are on the airship, Aragorn will be pleased.
Hey!
Does this airship have a name? I'm just asking in case we need a wiki page. You can come up with it later. There's no
Yeah.
rush. But I'm just,
We're planting the seed.
Yeah, the seed has been planted.
Mm.
Our seed has been
Implanted.
planted.
The floating. No, I can't. Fuck this.
I can bug you about it in 24 hours time.
No, that'd be worse.
That's fair.
The floating cinder.
Ooh.
I was gonna call it the floating ember, and I'm like, no, I don't want people to start
Yeah.
trying to search on the wiki and it coming. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, what the hell? Now I'm the Thing 3.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
That threequel to that weird 80s horror movie. Anyway, the whole thing. Awesome.
You are going to spend a few days on this flight. I'm going to tell you that you will be able to heal 2 fatigue.
Okay.
Because your quarters are not exactly luxurious, and you are in a relatively stressful situation. But before I erase your fatigue, is there
Oops.
anything that you... Well,
Sorry, now I'll put it back.
before I erase your fatigue, do you have anything you want to take care of while you are on the airship? Or do you want to go straight to you returning to Republic City?
You know, I wouldn't mind having a chat with young Sue about how guilty and troubled he is.
Hey, that's nice. And yeah, I think this is so yes, Youngsu would love that. That sounds like a great thing to have.
Have what? Sorry.
A chat
Conversation.
with Bao.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
To heal. Be guided. Youngsu's definitely in the mindset that they can probably find evidence on board this ship because there's this. You would have been informed. This Inquisitor perhaps isn't biased, but believes there's evidence, and they may have access to it. Now, he's not going to go breaking into quarters, but I think Young-Soo would request an audience with the councilwoman. Now, whether or not she wants to grant that is that would be super fair if she was like, fuck
Okay.
you, no, absolutely not.
I would definitely want to try to talk to young Sue before he.
Yeah, I think before it's yeah.
Don.
Yeah.
Don is going to try to find the quietest place on the deck of the airship in the open air where she can sit and meditate. And she's going to spend as much time in this spot as humanly possible.
She does not wish to be disturbed.
She understands that, like, if she's
Hey, I'm
found,
walking here.
if she's found, she'll, she'll kind of snap out of it. But yeah, she's not like,
If anyone disturbs me,
Spirits will be
yeah,
bad.
exactly. She doesn't say anything. She just like keeps to herself.
Hashtag dem spirits.
Look, Manager Bao has to make shit up.
Manager back.
Yeah, there's, I think, at a certain meal break, perhaps
Yeah.
they take a meal together.
Yeah.
There's oh man, yeah. There's like Youngsu's digging into an impressive bowl of fruit. Lots of little grapes, maybe an apple.
So many grapes.
Yeah, it's just like way too many.
What was your favorite thing that you grew?
That's a good question.
Sorry, that's like, what's your favorite ice cream? Not my intention. But, sorry, not my intention to.
Is it a
play
date
around.
now? No, it's good. No, it's fine. We had certain crops that were very they were very easy to grow. We would grow a lot of them. Yams, root vegetables, hardy things of the earth.
Blueberry Kush.
That was my cousin. The next farm over.
Oh, the cousin that we ran into. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's Mingsu, yeah.
Hey, Mingsu. Fucking Mingsu. So high all the time. But my favorite thing was a lone tree that we had just out back. And every once in a while, it wasn't every year, we would produce pears. They weren't that common in that part of the world. Sweet, but kind of gritty, almost like the earth itself.
I think
He's eating grapes.
that sounds just about right for you. I know that sometimes those memories can bring up pain for you and anger. And that's valid. But we're approaching something. We're headed towards it at this very moment. And uncertainty will only lead us to waver. I think you've never, to me, wavered in your final plan. But sometimes I think that you allow the what ifs to get to you. We know what the what ifs are here.
I just don't want anyone else to get hurt.
Everyone that is in this knows what the stakes are. And what we're doing is for the better of so many others.
You're right.
Think about how many people we helped on that ship.
Ming said the same thing. Well, I appreciate that, Bao. You're right. We're all working towards the same goal, and we're all at risk, but the benefit is far outweighs the risk.
How? It feels like you're trying to guide
Guide and comfort.
someone.
Oh my, one harmony.
Come
Got some
on,
harmony.
Bao.
Harmony. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's a fun. Rip.
You just hear a voice from the upper deck. They're right.
That brings me up
Not
to
even
6.
enough.
Yep.
I mean,
You can't help.
I don't have. I'm out of fatigue.
No.
Yeah. I can't take
can't
another
even help
condition to get a
yourself.
condition.
No, very specifically, if
Yeah.
you have no fatigue to spend, you can't spend fatigue.
Right, which of course
It's
makes
only
sense,
if
yeah.
fatigue is inflicted on you that you get.
But it's more than that. It's that fight you got into, she knew what she was getting into. The moves we're making is to protect those who don't know what's coming.
Yeah. The innocent. The ones who still have a chance.
So while you're having this conversation, and this is why you
Yeah.
will ultimately fail,
Yeah.
There's a knock.
Yes?
Youngsu's audience with Councilwoman Takata has been granted. She's waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber. Wait, no, she's waiting for you at the bow of the ship.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Don't keep the Councilwoman waiting.
Youngsu stands and offers like a head bow to bow, and then takes their hands. We got this.
You can face her. You have it in you.
Thank you. He leaves to head to the bow of the ship, wherever the councilwoman is.
Councilwoman is standing
Oh, shit. Okay, really? Okay, yeah. Right, rock on.
right at the bow of the ship, looking out. There's wind whipping around here. You're not traveling so quickly, like you're not like an ultra fast vehicle, but there's definitely enough wind whipping around. Her robes are streaming out behind her. Her hair is immaculately in place. Night is falling. It's dark. She doesn't turn as you approach.
Youngsu's going to move to stand, not immediately by her side, slightly behind, in a show of deference, but hopefully that she can still see that he's there. Councilwoman.
I'm going to ask this now of all three of you. It is possible at this moment, if Scott wants to, that Youngsu could assassinate Takata right here, right now, by simply tipping her off the edge of the ship. This would shift what's going to happen in the next minute. Does anybody have any objections to that? I'm not asking Scott. You can decide and play. But if somebody would have an objection to this, I want you to raise it now. Because otherwise, I will tell Scott not to do it.
That's fair.
I have no objections.
No objections.
All right.
Do what's in your heart, babe.
Well, she's standing near the edge.
Yeah.
Crosses your mind.
Huh.
I'm not saying that it would be a guarantee.
No.
But you could potentially try at this point. What did you want?
I'm not going to pretend that you won me over completely. I'm sure I barely crossed your mind, Councilwoman. But if I am to be one of the mouthpieces of this future that you envisage, I need to know more about it. I need to know why you believe in it, or at the very least, why I should believe in it.
Why does it matter why I believe in it? Why you should believe in it is that there's freedom in there for you. Freedom from whatever you needed. All of your past crimes forgotten. New future. One away from your old life. In Andong.
It matters to me what you think, because you are the one guiding us there. I forge my own path. I blaze a trail through life, and I get what I want. And now you're telling me to desire something different. I can't lie. Freedom? Real freedom? is a very tempting fruit. But why do I trust you? Why should I trust you?
Because you aren't given a choice any longer, young Sue. It's as simple as that. Because if you don't do this, I have certain members of a certain triad who are willing to speak against you. It'll put you away for life, young Sue. They're just waiting for the chance to lower their own sentence by throwing you to the wolves. I wouldn't let that happen. Not if you and I can share a vision together.
I can't see it. I've only been to the spirit world once, and it was a magnificent place, but alien, strange, not a place I would want to make my home. Do you understand? It isn't my home. How can you force me to make it one?
Do you have Ha with you?
Yeah.
Ha. Now she turns around.
Ah, good.
I don't think you understand. I don't care whether or not you think the spirit world is your home. It will be. I don't care whether it should be anyone's home. It will be. It's just a shame I can't join you.
Why not?
My place is here.
Mine is there.
Yours is anywhere but where I am.
Councilwoman, I think the reason that you are putting your foot on my throat is because you know that we're not so different. We have nothing except our blinding desire to forget everything that's come before. You're pressing forward in order to get away from something. So am I.
You absolute fool. Is that what you think? What in my past could I possibly need to forget?
You think I don't know? You think I don't know all about the past that you're trying to hide from? That you're trying to reshape?
Illuminate me.
You refuse to do the same about your vision of the future, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to keep my cards close to my chest as well.
Remain deluded. Be a stupid boy. I don't care.
It's just a shame you can't see the more that you constrict people, the more easily they break free.
No matter. In the span of a few days, I'm going to have everything I want. You will have your new lease on life. We'll never need to speak again. You can finally forget what we had to leave behind. And I continue moving forward as I always have. If you ever come back, I'm not just going to be a member of a council sitting, waiting for you so that I can have you arrested. I'll obliterate everything you hold dear. Every last thing. Not with the power of a councilwoman either. It's been a pleasure talking with you. I hope I never have to again.
wait to expose you as the human being you are. Councilwoman Takata. He steps away.
Like off the edge of the ship.
Yeah.
What?
Goodbye, Councilwoman Takata. He uses Ha as a parachute.
Now. Bow.
Oh shit.
Get it nice and
I think that we'll open next session with you entering Public City then. And we'll end this session here.
Right. Ooh. Oh, clap, 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 clap. Oh, thanks, Ragged. Ragged. I didn't see you come in high. Good God. My God. Huzzah. Oh, yeah.
Scott,
Yeah.
tell me, what'd you learn this session?
Well, I very specifically learned that the councilwoman is planning to seize more. I mean, this is perhaps not a surprise, but I learned that the councilwoman is planning to seize power beyond her position as a councilwoman, possibly even undoing the council itself. We'll see. Or maybe we won't see. Hopefully, we will never see that. Kate?
learned that Jai might be able to be on our side.
Elizabeth.
Learned that somebody, possibly the Fire Lord herself, is suspicious of the Sawan.
Yeah, that faction. Yeah.
Then I'm also forced to ask, did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Seela. Yeah.
I mean, we did stop her.
Yeah, she's a dangerous threat. Hell yeah.
I would agree. She was a dangerous threat. You took her out. Did you guide a companion toward balance or end the session at your center?
No.
Fuck no. You did not. All of you are currently teetering on the edge.
Did I roll guide and comfort? Can't remember. Anyway.
You had
I rolled.
You had to have guided somebody towards balance.
Oh yes, right. Okay, so no,
You
but also no.
I was wondering if Dawn's attempts to reconnect with the Order before actually seeing them again counted as going back to her role.
I would say not. That's not towards balance though. Unless you specifically decided that you were going to support the Order.
Yeah, and she hasn't been able to because she can't actually hear what they've been planning.
So I think you'll be able to do that, but next session.
Cool.
And then finally, I have to ask: did you perform any feats worthy of your role?
No.
Did you make any progression towards defeating your adversary?
Oh, I told her what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that?
Does that help
Progress you?
expose her? No, it doesn't.
Did you learn anything about your family, Val?
I learned about the Inquisition. I don't know whether that's big enough.
I'd say so.
All right.
You're 4 away. Means you can't mark another growth, another advancement this time.
Hell yeah.
Scott, you want to call out someone's play?
I really do. I want to call out Kate as Bao for the scene with Jai. I loved how incredibly direct it was, which is unlike Bao normally, but it still felt very appropriate for the character, because you were speaking to him from a position of like, we both know what the family demands, and I need you to understand where I'm coming from. Like, it was just a really beautiful appeal to him in a Bao kind of way. Yeah.
Bow, bow.
Bao, bao, bao.
I want to call out Dawn, right off the top of the session, dealing with this huge information, dropping right into it despite the fact that you got the reveal a week ago, and finding ways to work through it in order to let the story continue. not just being like, okay, it's fine, whatever, like not resolving it, letting it be unresolved, but in a way that still allowed the game to continue. And when Kaiming sort of, poked at it, still letting it exist and breathe and stuff. So that was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of great Youngsu moments in this episode.
Young moments.
It's very hard to choose, but actually, I think my top choice has been ousted by the scene with Takata.
Oh, shit!
Right
okay.
at the end.
All right. Okay.
Because it was really, it was a surprising choice for him to not just throw all the knowledge he has about her in her face.
Whoa.
The fact that he was like, actually, I'm gonna play, which kind of speaks a bit to Bao's influence. I think
so,
the
yeah.
fact that he was just speaking to them right before, and that was a really cool moment. And then just some zingers coming out. I can't wait to show the world how human you really are. That was awesome. I'm like, I can't write fast enough.
Like as a player, I definitely struggle with like do things now, figure out consequences later. I mean, struggle with that's like it's a play style. It's like an instinct I have, right? But I do feel like, and then Youngsu also embodies that very much. But yeah, in this moment, the goal is to kind of expose this whole thing for the sham that it is, but we can't do that yet. So I think he understood that in the moment. It wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't serve anything.
Early sessions, Youngsu would not have done.
Early sessions, Youngsu would be like, bam, bam, bam.
He absolutely would have pushed
She
her off the
blocked,
ship.
knocked. I mean, she blocking doesn't do anything, but like he'd just be like pressure points, and you're over, and you're dead now. Cool, great. Anyone want some?
Just seeing her at the bow of the ship, and all you just do is just start sprinting and just drop.
Yeah. What are you doing? What? That would be so good. Oh man, I love it.
That's fair.
I want to compliment John on the fight. I thought it rolled really well. I thought it was really cinematic, and it was really cool to just like have a 1v1 with you, and like so to speak, and to use the system to an effect that was really dramatic.
Thank you. The Crosshair is a question. Which is a stronger feeling after some time now? Group togetherness or character motivations? For example, help Young-Soo in the fight, even with risk of interference.
I believe that Don would have interfered if it seemed clear that Sayla was going to kill Young-Soo. Like, she was prepared to interfere.
Yeah, Bao understands the purpose, like the value of honor and saving face and everything, but there was no one else that was witness to this other than us. So, like, also that the rule was, oh, well, our agreement is invalid, so the stakes of interfering weren't enough for Bao to decide not to. But yeah.
I feel like the way I'm interpreting the question, Crosshair, is like, is it in this moment, is it more important for Young-Soo to like accomplish his main goal or to be part of the group? And I would argue that last scene for me highlighted that it's definitely to support the group's goals. Because if his goal is to expose Takata, he could have just been like, exposed! This is what I know about you! Blah! And then he goes, blah! And he runs away. He didn't do that. So yeah, that's my answer to that question.
Yeah. Like, I think it's generally a bit of both.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I think that I think we've all taken on the group cause as opposed to our individual ones, and that's what makes us a cohesive group.
Yeah.
Aw. What do we have coming up?
Yeah. I just like to check because sometimes it's like Monday morning, first thing, hell yeah. No. I'm streaming on Tuesday evening at twitch.tv/BiffTheBoss. I stream in character, which I will be for the next few weeks be doing twice a week rather than just once a week. Oh, that's right, double the dosage. So Tuesday evening, you can catch me probably with some more Paul Prospero's Paranormal Probe. I've got some spooky shit that I want to dive into, but I do have a very long list of games that I want to crack into, so we'll see what tickles my fancy. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock, we have a blast, so come on down. Yay!
I did a clinic hours last week. The Steel stream.
Yeah.
Punchy.
I hear it was great.
There may be another one, so just keep an eye out for that because I would like to see if I can get that arranged. I'm just gonna have to check work. Friday?
Friday, there will be Punchy.
We're gonna make it
Yay!
back! Yay!
So we're continuing God of Punch. And then on Saturday, we had to cancel Drew Crew because our flight was canceled, so we literally weren't in the country. But now we're picking it up. We are continuing the Ringmaster's secret.
Ooh, what is the secret? Some weird horse shit. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just kidding. I love the show. And then at 5 o'clock Eastern, you can join me for Doomed, normally the Arkham Horror LCG. This coming Saturday at 5 p.m., Emperor Scotimius will be diving into the world of the King's Dilemma Chronicles, which I am so excited. We've played the King's Dilemma on stream here on RPGClinic. This is a PC version that is solo. I've only looked into it a little. I've played a little bit just to get a sense of it. I'm pretty jazzed to see what kind of different decisions we can make. So join me for that. I hope we have a blast there too.
And next Sunday, for the very first time, we will be starting at 2 o'clock Eastern, 1400. We will make sure that the event on our Discord is correct, that we use our little feature to put the time in your time zone, but know that the session is earlier. Check in 3 hours earlier. Follow us on the Discord, follow us on Twitter, though Twitter is slowly dying, so we are exploring other options. But yeah, we hope to see you there for our next session.
Yee. Hell yeah.
Know where I'm going.
Hmm?
See you next time.
Oh, bye-bye.
Thank you for following and subscribing.
Thank
All
you.
those things.
Airship on!